Hey guys, welcome back to Daily Duels. So today is Thursday, and I will be using Lightsworns, but this is actually the first time that I'm actually going to have the audio separate from the video. So as you can see, I am doing some duels with Lightsworns, so you can watch if you want to. But this is mainly more important of listening to what I have to say. So of course, this is going to be the final talks about the ban list before it comes out. Ban list comes out tomorrow, and just clearing up any misunderstandings or just things that you want me to go over for the last time before the true list comes out. So of course, this was a way for some of you guys to get some easy shout outs and get my opinion on some things. So I'm just gonna start at the top of the list, go all the way down, talk about everybody's topic that they want me to talk about, and of course I will be putting links in the description for pretty much everybody who commented a question. So thank you guys for taking the time. I didn't think that it was going to blow up. I thought maybe I get like maybe one or two people, not this many, not Cold Episode doing a video response. Like, this is just ridiculous. So we're definitely just going to hop into it. So I apologize if this video is really long, but I definitely need to clarify anything and have logical arguments. You will never hear, "Oh, this card should be unbanned because the deck's not doing anything." You won't hear that from me, because I think that's just an asinine way of thinking. And there's a reason why the deck's not doing anything. It's because Konami doesn't want it to do anything. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. So first we got Stanzi 87. Okay, of course we got my friend Stanzi here. He has a lot of them, so I'm probably going to be referencing him a lot. He says, "Your thoughts on Pot of Avarice? Will it come back? Is Pot of Dichotomy a worthy replacement?" Well, let me clear up one thing. Pot of Dichotomy is garbage and totally not worth the replacement of Pot of Avarice. Now, do I think that Pot of Avarice will or should come back? It might come back, but I don't think it should come back, because it's another one of those, those asinine generic, just top deck cards. It's kind of like you just get it and you just plus. Like, at certain times, Pot of Avarice is better than Pot of Greed, just by placing those monster cards back into the deck and then just drawing two. It's not good early game, but oh my god, like mid-late game, it's just the shit. It wasn't one of my top cards that I wanted to be banned, but now since it is banned, I was kind of for it. I was kind of like, okay, cool. I actually did predict that this card would be banned on the previous one because of Pot of Dichotomy, and I really don't see this card coming back. It's Pot of Avarice, which is a common, and which is like a pocket change. Konami isn't making any money off of it, while Pot of Economy is a secret rare and the booster set that they want to sell. So I don't see Avarice coming off this one. Maybe in a couple one. Maybe not the next one. Maybe the one after that. Maybe I don't know. Maybe next August, September. Maybe. Alright, next we have Cold Zero and his video response, of course. And you wanted Diva to come back to 2. And as soon as you said Diva to 2, I was like, no, because of Mermails and because of the militias. And then as soon as I said that, like as soon as I was thinking that in my head, you went ahead and said, "And don't give me that argument of those two." And I was just like, crap, okay, alright, let me justify it. And after listening to your arguments, you do have some good arguments. I understand your point of view, definitely. You are a big fan of Diva, and I feel your pain. Now, do I think that Konami... Now, do you want to hear my opinion or Konami? Because Konami, I don't think they're going to bring it back up to 2, now, for me, I could see bringing it up to 2, but we're going to have to make some conditions. We're going to have to make a deal, alright? If Diva goes to 2, you are indefinitely not getting Trish, because that's just way too easy now, That's just up the consistency of Trish ridiculously. So, definitely not. No Trish. Just, no. Not with Diva. 2, definitely, indefinitely, and this might hurt the one the most, no Stratos. Because Stratos being able to search that militia, then you just D-draw it, and then summon Diva, Diva, summon Diva, and then just go into double 8 synchros. That's no. That's just too much. So, definitely not. And then the third condition is, if we're going to give Diva back, then of course Mermails will get a boost, and we want to hit Mermails, so, they might have to take a hit. You said, I think it was Marksman. I'm not sure how that would hurt, I'm not actually sure how that would work. I'd have to see it in testing and stuff, but I'm not sure if that's a justifiable hit. But those are my conditions. Mermail hit, definitely no Trish, no Stratos, and you can have your Diva too. So, once again, we have Stanzi87 again. He says, thoughts on Spellbook Judgment coming back to 1? Nope. Hell no. Hell to the no. Spellbook of Judgment should have never been made, and it was probably the most powerful spell card in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! This entire year. It's just really not called for, especially since they can recycle it. Spellbooks actually need a hit right now, not an upgrade. Judgment, stay banned. You should have never been made. I don't even know who the hell was smoking that stuff when they were just like, you know what, Judgment, yeah, no, no. So I'm sorry if you think that spellbooks could have that card back. They can't. No. That card should stay banned. It should stay banned forever. It's up there with Chaos Emperor. Like no, that card was just too damn broke and should stay banned. So no. Once again, we have Stanzi87. He says, Harpy's Feather Duster going to 1, but Heavy staying banned. People usually only Heavy when they have no back row, or back row they don't need much. So do you think Harpy's Feather Duster at 1 would be worse than Heavy, or the same thing basically? Well, the way people use it, it would kind of be the same thing, but no, because there is that risk versus reward that Heavy does have. What do I see Konami doing? I see Konami just keeping them both banned for a cool minute. Just letting the heat cool off of Heavy. I miss it. I miss it every day that I record Daily Duels and Vitamin Y, because there's actually been plenty of duels where I've just lost to back row, and it really does suck. And it's kind of like, wow, am I dueling you or am I dueling in back row? I'm trying to get my plays. You're just one-upping me with back row. I'm out of resources, and then you turn around and beat me and then say good game. Like, I'm not for that. I hate back row so damn much. Like, if Yu-Gi-Oh wasn't in back row, I'd rather have it not in back row at all than actually exist. Like, I hate bottomless. I hate compulse. I use them because competitive play, you need to use them. But if they never existed, I wouldn't be crying from them, because I just don't like it. I play Yubel. I like Limitless. I like Call the Haunted, and that's pretty much to the extent of my back row. I know Yubel Beat does use some back row, but when it comes to like full on back row like that, I'm not for it. I'd rather Royal Decree and play with monsters than deal with back row. Because that's no fun. So no, Harpy's Feather Duster. If anything would come back, it would be Heavy. Between Harpy's Feather Duster, Heavy, and Giant Trinade, it would be Heavy. Harpy's Feather Duster, no, because there's no neg to you. There's no risk. You need that risk for a card that powerful. That's like arguing Dark Hole versus Regeki. You need that risk. Like, yeah, you can Dark Hole, but you might kill your own monster, so be careful with it. Well, Giant Trinade is the most broken out of all three and should never, ever come back. So that's my views on that. We have Super Stupid 667, and he is super stupid for saying this. Banning Yubel. I know you're being sarcastic with that. Definitely no. So no, we're not going to go with that one. I won't argue for things coming up off a list by saying they're not doing anything, but I definitely will argue for things coming down the list. Like, I won't be like, oh, Stratos should be unbanned because heroes aren't doing anything, because that's an asinine thought. You got hit for a reason. But I will argue and be like, something shouldn't be on the list because it's not doing anything. So, yeah. So, of course, more stupid, super stupid, 667. He said, Plague Spreader going to 3. I wouldn't be surprised. This one is kind of like those, if I see it, I kind of shrug my shoulders with. I put it on the same boat with, kind of like with Tsukiyomi, where I'm just like, it was at 1, and it was a fun card. It went to 2, and really no one used it. The one person that I know that uses it, Kakaji Kaio, he even runs it at 1. And my Yubel Destiny deck that's on, Vitamin Y, I do run 2. And if it went to 3, I would run 3, just for the consistency of it. So it's kind of a neg when you do use this effect. It does have some nice plays, but I wouldn't be surprised, especially with the whole zombie apocalypse comment that they put for the release on the 13th. Like, I wasn't sure if they were being sarcastic with it all being on the Friday the 13th, or maybe they were giving hints. But if Plague went to 3, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't be like, oh no, not Plague. Now Mizuki, on the other hand, that one I'm gonna have to frown upon. So with Plague going to 3, I'm gonna have to indefinitely take your return. Return needs to be banned anyway. So with return banned, you can have your 3 plagues. 3 plagues, your DDRs, that's fine, but no return. And then he also said Gale. Gale, I really don't want to give Blackwings an upgrade. I really don't see why Blackwings should be getting an upgrade, you know? Once again, people are going to be arguing like, well, they're not doing things, so they should get an upgrade. The only reason why Blackwings got their cards back, they got their support back, is because they printed more Blackwing stuff. You know, yes, the cards were crap, but they were in the set. Konami wanted to promote the set. They wanted to get old Blackwing players to be like, hey, buy the set. You can get the new Blackwing cards, and they can help your deck. So that's the only reason why now people are getting into this kind of mentality where they're like, oh, well, they push Blackwing, so they can just keep pushing them some more and pushing them some more. They released the card. They released Black Whirlwind. They saw that the cards of the Blackwings are a flop, and they're probably either going to put Blackwings back down because they actually did something in this format, or just leave them where they're at. Just not touch them. Personally, I would like to see Whirlwind go back down to 2 because 3 is just too consistent. When we saw the OCG list where they had Whirlwind at 2, I was shaking my head no. And then when we got our TCG list and Whirlwind's at 3, I almost shat myself. I'm like, wow, okay, no. So I'm not for Gale going up, especially since Gale is that kind of card that can just run over strong monster. It pretty much null and voids very powerful monsters. It's pretty much just saying like, hey, don't make a Stardust because I got a Gale, and that's pretty much why it was limited to 1. And it's a special summonable tuner. It's splashable, so it's just really not really needed at 2, and Blackwings don't need it. So I say I like it at 1. Then we got Envoy Demise. Envoy Demise says limit or semi-limit JD and put charge of the Light Brigade to 2. I'm really confused on how we should do this right now. I would like to see Lightsworns get at least addressed, but how powerful they are, especially with their new support. I mean, for goodness sakes, they just got another exclusive. I mean, the card's not that good, but still, we can definitely see that they're trying to hype up Lightsworn. And, I did play in that format a little bit where Lightsworns were just like the shit, and they were kicking my butt. I was trying to play Yubel, and they would just drop a JD and blow me up 3 times, and then just kill me. And I really didn't enjoy that. Like, I was like, oh, come on, this is crap. But now with the new support and how powerful they are, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't touch Lightsworns at all, and they just continue to kick our butt next format. What would I like to see? I would love to see JD limited. Semi-limited, yeah. But I would love to see it. But going down the rules that Konami does, it's just overpowered plays and just plays that end the game too soon, such as return, 6 end. Those are the things that get hit first. Then it's cards that summon from the deck, and which Lightsworns don't have, so they skip that to searchability and draw. So that would be charge, which is currently at 1, and draw, which would be solar recharge. So that's why on my list I said solar recharge 1. We did talk about it in the an hour and 10 minute long video about Lightsworns, and in which I said JD, which is after they hit search and draw, then they hit boss monsters. So I believe that Konami would probably hit solar recharge before they hit JD. And that's disappointing here. But then you can also go around to the other rule where they like to when something is on the list, they like to put it back on the list. They don't like to put things on. But I believe that Solar Recharge was at, I want to say 1 or 2. I believe 2 at one point. So I don't know. Really, what I think Konami's probably going to do, let him go. I don't think Konami's going to hit him because they want to just get all the money that they can get. What would they hit the deck that they're just trying to make more money off of? So I wouldn't be surprised if Lightsworns go untouched. I would love to see JD limited because that card's just too ridiculous. One of the most powerful boss monsters in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! But I wouldn't be surprised if they just leave it untouched. Alright, Lunar Slushy says Dracosack and Stardust Assault Mode need to be hit, in my opinion. Dracosack, no, Dracosack is only as powerful as the deck that can make it. I really don't think that we should punish Mecha Phantom Beast planes for things that Dragons and Mermails and Herpes have been doing, and we should hit the Herpes instead. So I really think that Dracosack should just stay at 3. I wouldn't even address it. That's not the problem. Now, Stardust Assault Mode, I'm a little bit salty on this card because, spoiler alert, I did pre-record um, Daily Duels for Sunday with agents. With Jade Play, we decided to tag, and we pretty much got our asses handed to us because of Stardust Assault mode. Like, I did not know that he could even negate during the damage steps. Like, he attacked me, I dropped Honest, and he negated Honest. I didn't know he could do that. That's very, very powerful, and Stardust Assault mode is even, in my opinion, more powerful than Quasar. Because sure, Quasar can negate anything, but Stardust Assault mode, the thing is that when it negates, it gets off the field. You know, if you're dueling against Dragon Reel players and you have a Quasar, they play something, you negate it, and then they'll just make a Big Eye and take your Quasar. While Stardust Assault mode, it's out of there. You know, it's a 3,000 beater, it's over the attack barrier. But I'm just saying, like, how can we like really hit it? You know, like sometimes you only need one just to win the duel. So I really don't know how to address that problem, but it's definitely a problem. It's probably one of the most annoying cards right now because it's just like, hey, welcome Solemn Judgment that I could just keep on using, keep on using, and keep on using. Like, I don't even know who the hell thought that was a good idea of a card. You know, we have Solemn Judgment banned, we have Logia being frowned upon, we have what are the cards that are like solemn? We have the Gravekeeper Solemn Judgment, which we don't like to look at. We really don't like the cards that are like Solemn Judgment because they're so powerful. You can just negate almost anything, and especially at this where you can just keep on reusing it and reusing it and reusing it, and it's a 3,000 beater. It's over the attack barrier. You know, you're gonna have a hard ass time. You're not, if you try to go up against Stardust Assault mode and you don't have a 3,000 beater, you're gonna have a bad time, and that's just how it is because he's just so powerful. And then when you finally get something to maybe get him, he could just simply just negate something and just get out of the way. It's pretty much Wind Up Rabbit, except with negating possibilities. So I would love to see this card maybe get addressed, but I doubt it. I doubt it. And that's what really makes me mad is that we have cards like this that you can just, like, why do you have a Solemn Judgment when we have none? So yeah. Next we have Tiago. Hey Tiago. Tiago says, maybe Dark Hole will be banned too, like Reborn Heavy was last ban list because it's generic card in all decks like these were. Dark Hole was definitely the weakest out of the three staples, out of Reborn Heavy and Dark Hole. Dark Hole was the weakest, and I feel like if Konami wanted to hit Dark Hole, they would have done it last time. Dark Hole is not that powerful. Monsters are expendables. Back row is not. You can always get monsters back, and you could use more monsters. But back row, once it's gone, it's gone. It's much harder to get back row and spells and traps back into your hand than it is for monsters. So monsters are expendable. Spells and traps are not. And I don't see it. I don't see it. Actually, some people actually stopped playing Dark Hole this format. So it's just not as good as it used to be. I mean, it's still a great card. It's still a staple in my opinion. I still play it in my decks. Just that time when my back is against the wall and I could just drop a Dark Hole. That's just great. But do I see Konami banning it? No, I don't believe so. So there we go. We got Super Stupid 667 again. He says Cyberstein. Nope. Cyberstein is just too powerful, in which it just causes too many OTKs. You summon Cyberstein, you pay your 5,000, summon a Cyber Twin Dragon, activate Metamorphosis, attack game. It's just like, that's just too dumb. It's too easy to OTK with. And I know you've probably been saying, well, there's so many cards to stop it. I'm totally for the evidence of abstinence is not the absence of evidence. I'm totally for that because if your argument that Cyberstein should be unbanned because you can just stop it with cards, then almost every card can be unbanned. Like, oh, Chaos Emperor can be banned because you can bottomless it, and you can Solemn Warning it, and you can Veiler it, and you can Fiendish Chain it, you can Break through Scale it, but just because those cards can stop the card doesn't mean that you always have those cards. So you could, your opponent could just catch you slipping. Wait, you're not ready for it. You're not ready. You're just like, oh no, I got a bad hand, and they just drop a Cyberstein, pay half their life points, put the Metamorphosis on it, and just game right there, bam, eat it. So definitely no. There's other fusion monsters that that are just totally frowned upon, and Cyberstein just stay banned. We got Dylan Deming, and he says Ribbit, Ribbit? I don't know. I think that's Ribbit, but I don't know what you're talking about. If you're talking about frogs, then specifically Subsitoad, then no, because he causes lots of OTKs, and OTKs are definitely frowned upon. It's one of the main reasons why cards get hit, and nope, it should stay banned. We got Jesse here. Jesse says talk about Inzectors. Inzectors are perfectly fine where they are at. I am totally a person who condones let the dead dogs stay dead. If you were a powerful deck, if you were like a tier 1, tier 0 deck, and you got hit and you got killed and, we moved on, then stay dead. It really doesn't make any sense to bring back decks that were already really, really good for no apparent reason, unless you're getting some more support, like Blackwings did, like Gladiator Beast R, then I really don't see it. Inzectors aren't getting anything new, so Konami's not making any money. They were very powerful, and really, Konami want to risk having these past decks be more powerful than their current product. That's the same reason why I'm seeing like a lot of people's ban list predictions where they're just bringing back Carrier or bringing back Magician for windups, and they're just like they're not doing anything, and that's the point. Konami wants these decks dead. They want Inzectors dead. They want windups dead. So you don't play them, move on to the new product, and buy the new product. So I know that Inzectors are gone, and Inzectors are actually still a really good deck, as you guys know. Inzector, shameless plug, provided why. Inzector Yubel is actually in there now for Saturday. So, and it's been doing pretty decently. I'm not saying that the deck is terrible, it's just not as powerful as it used to be, and I think that's where Konami wants it. They want it dead. They don't want it to be back, because they're not going to make any money off of it. They're actually going to be losing money if they bring up these powerful cards. So, let's just go ahead and keep Inzectors where they're at. Next we have Jay. Hi Jay. It's been a while since I've seen you. You said BLS. I hate BLS just as much as the next person. I hate BLS, but there's really no justifiable reason for him to be banned. Like I said, he hasn't done anything in this format, so he's pretty much off the radar, and that really sucks too. We constantly look at the tier 1s and the ones that are topping, but we keep on forgetting about cards that are just really, really powerful that we don't see because top tier decks aren't using it. There's plenty of cards that are like that. There's BLS, there's Rekindling, there's Mind Control. There's just powerful broken cards that are just really, really good. But as long as I fall under the radar, they're not going to be seen. They're in the shadows of of the most powerful cards. Like Konami, surprisingly in September, hit a lot of cards, and no one saw that coming because they wanted to balance the game. But if these cards skipped, went past the radar, which is the case, if they're gonna try to tweak what they did in September, then there's a few cards that they should tweak. I brought it up in the ban list prediction, but BLS, I don't see it. I would love to. It's one of those cards where if it gets banned, I won't be upset, but if it doesn't, then I won't be surprised. So yeah. Next we have Hot Rod 280, and this one was the one where I pretty much had to sit down and get ready because this one was going to be just, ugh. Alright, pretty much Hot Rod just brings up a lot of banned cards, and I got to pretty much go over them and pretty much tell you the reason why they should not come back, because I'm all for them not. Alright, we'll start off with Magician of Faith / Democ. Magician of Faith / Democ should stay banned because it null and voids spells being limited. Like, completely. There's a reason why Konami limits spells. And spells are limited for a reason. You're completely null and voiding it by simply plopping in a Magician of Faith or plopping in a Democ, especially Democ. Like, this is going for more Magician of Faith, but Democ, he's like a cherry on top of Magician of Faith. So they completely null and void it. There's a reason why these cards are limited to 1. And just by simply playing a Magician of Faith, I have multiple copies. So, for example, Rekindling gets limited to 1. There's a reason why it's at 1, and just by simply popping a Magician of Faith, now you got 2 Rekindlings. Like, then, if they're gonna unban Magician of Faith, then I might as well just say, fuck it, you know? There's no such thing as spells being limited to 1, because that's essentially what you're saying, you know? All spells that are limited to 1 go to 2, all spell cards limited to 2 just go to 3, might as well, because that's essentially what you're saying. Demok, on the other hand, just like Magician of Faith, just null and void spell cards being limited to 1, also has many OTKs. They're old, but they are consistent, and they are OTKs. Like, it's been years. Like, I got OTK'd by Demok OTKs before I even started playing Yubel. Like, this was back when I was like in 7th, 8th grade, and now I'm a sophomore in college. So, it's been years since Demok has been here, and definitely know, if there's a broke combo or some broken thing, players will find it, Generally, it's not that Konami makes broke cards. Generally, it's that the broke cards lead to the cards will lead to a broke combo, and players will find it and exploit it. Like, did we really think that I'm trying to find a good example of a card where we really didn't think about it and then until it jumped at us. Big Eye. There you go. When Big Eye first came out, it was like crap. It was like, wow, 2 level 7s. When am I ever gonna get that out? Okay, that's never gonna happen. And then more decks started coming out with 7s, and all of a sudden people were screaming at the top of their lungs that Big Eye should be banned / limited to 1. And it was just like, that card was like a $15 card that no one gave a shit about, and now look at it. Sometimes it's the cards, sometimes the cards are really good, but it's definitely the players that will find it and break the card. So if Demok comes back, the players will find the OTKs, they will look to the past, precedents will be set, and we will be getting OTK'd again. And like I said, null and void the spell cards being limited to 1. You also said Tribe Virus and Sinister Serpent. No. And the reason why I say no to these is because these give upgrades to Mermails. Why would we want to upgrade Mermails? People forget that Mermails were actually the top deck before Dragons. It was right after Wind-Ups got banned. Well, not banned, but, neutered. That Mermails kind of took their place as the top deck. Right before Dragon Rulers and Spellbook of Judgment came out, Mermails were topping. Mermails were being the best deck that no one could keep up with. And, yeah, it was just the shit. We actually wanted that deck to be hit. Then Dragons came out and Spellbook of Judgment came out, and we completely forgot about Mermails. Mermails weren't topping anymore. And this format, they kind of went to sleep. They have a terrible Dragon matchup, and it's like, why? If we hit Dragons and everybody wants Dragons dead, we want to burn them with fire. If we hit Dragons, what deck do you think is going to replace them as the top deck and continue to beat our butts? It will be Mermails, and they will drown us. So by giving them Trauma Affecting Virus, which of course is a water monster, you discard a card, yeah, and it's a water, so you're plussing. It's just another discard outlet, Great, so you just made Mermails more consistent. That's totally what we wanted. No. And Sinister Serpent, there's a few things for Sinister Serpent. 1, it pretty much makes the cards of cost null and void. Like, that's retarded. Like, powerful cards like Regeki Break, Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, Lightning Vortex, they're good, but there's a cost to them. Like, hey, you want to activate this powerful card? Alright, pay the cost and you get this powerful effect. Sinister Serpent just says, like, cost? What's that? No more cost. So, no, that's not healthy for the game. 2, that's pretty much a free pitch for Mermails, It's pretty much just like, I'm trying to summon Megalo, so I will go ahead and pitch Dragoon and pitch Sinister Serpent, summon Megalo, search Dragoons, then during my standby phase, Sinister Serpent, right back to my hand. So I got another water target, and sometimes I play with Mermails on Daily Duels, and sometimes you get hands where you just can't pitch anything. But that would be a perfect target to pitch. So, it's a water, you can pitch it, and definitely it just makes Mermails so much more powerful. And Mermails need to get hit, not helped. And the third thing, it can pretty much lock you out of your plays. Alright, think about this. Sinister Serpent plus Scrub Raid. Do you know what Scrub Raid does? And pretty much, when your opponent declares an attack, you tribute a card on the field, and your opponent's battle phase ends. So, Sinister Serpent, you set it, Play Scrub Raid, your opponent attacks, okay. Tribute the Sinister Serpent, during stamina phase, get Sinister Serpent back, set it again. Block your attack, block your attack, block your attack. Okay, look what you just did. You just pretty much blocked your attack, made yourself invincible, and you drew into Exodia. Yeah? So, those are 3 instances that I'm definitely not for. So, no Sinister Serpent, no Tribe Virus, no D-Mark, no Magician of Faith. So, I'm sorry, Hot Rod, but I just pretty much just slapped all of your frickin' suggestions all in face. So, no. You know, those cards are definitely not duds like Tsukiyomi. Tsukiyomi was a dud. It was better in slower form. I mean, and back then, but now Tsukiyomi is like, you know, yeah, we have cards that do Tsukiyomi much better. The only thing that's cool that Tsukiyomi can do is like kill a Dark Arm by itself, or maybe kill like a Rainbow Dragon. That's pretty funny. Your boss monster gets killed by Tsukiyomi. But yeah, those cards aren't duds. Like I just explained it, those cards will not be duds. We have Alec Lee banning PLS, I already said that, and making Stratos 1. Okay, here we go. I knew someone was going to say Stratos. Let's clear something up, guys. I'm not pro heroes. I'm not pro heroes. I have gotten OTK'd by frickin' heroes so many damn times because of that goddamn Stratos. Stratos is the most powerful searcher in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Besides Sangan, and which is the Back Forest. Sangan is so powerful as a searcher and so infamous that if you have a card in your deck that searches, it's called the Stratos of the deck. I play Constellars. I have Sheraton. Sheraton can search for Constellars, Stratos of the deck. 48 different targets, including himself. And we have to include himself because, if you're going mirror match, you have a Stratos, your opponent has a Stratos, there's Stratos in the graveyard, you go Monster Reborn, summon their Stratos from the graveyard, their Stratos, so it's your Stratos. So, 48 different targets, and it's just like it's just asking for it. It's pretty much a emergency call on legs, and sometimes that can definitely be the difference. When you put legs on cards like that and you give it an actual force to be reckoned with, then not just a blank face or a spell or trap card, that's when you get threats. There's a difference between T-King and Mistake. Sure, they kind of do the same thing by blocking, adding cards to your hand, but the problem is that T-King is a face. If I open up with a hand and I have no monsters and I have Mistake, I have no monsters, I have no threat, I have no monster on the board. While if I open up a whole bunch of back row and a T-King, then he's going up. T-King is a win condition himself. Stratos is a win condition himself, I can actually give you an example of how I actually got killed by this shit. Alright, my opponent goes, summon Stratos. Stratos search for Bubble Man, right? Set his hand, special summon Bubble Man, Exceed into Excalibur, detach, make him 4,000. Monster Reborn, summon Stratos, Stratos search for another Bubble Man, special summon Bubble Man, make another Excalibur, detach, game. It's just, it's not e-call. It's not just e-call. It's that it's a reusable, when it's normal summoned, when it's special summoned, you can simply get it back with Warrior Returning is Alive. You can get it back with Shining. I just don't really feel any sympathy for heroes. And, people are saying like, oh, well, Stratos should be unbanned. It didn't need the hit. Yeah, it did. It really did need the hit. Like, it was that powerful. Konami definitely tried to slow down the game with the September ban list, and definitely by banning Stratos, that was a good way to slow down heroes. I'm just not pro Stratos. Why should I feel sorry for you? Oh, you lost one of your Stratos. You lost one of your searchers. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, what do you have? What three E-Calls, a Rhoda, 3 Hero Lives, 3 Miracle Fusion, 3 Super Polys. Why should I feel sorry for you? 3 Pot of Dualities? No, you're still very, very consistent. And, people are saying, well, heroes didn't do anything because they didn't have Stratos. You didn't do anything because a good grip of like everybody else who hadn't done anything because dragons were so damn powerful. If you really wanted to, you probably could have done something. You still have your Electrum TK. You still have your Bubble Beat. You're still a fine deck. It's just you've pretty much been crying all format. You haven't done anything because you really haven't wanted to try it and do anything. If heroes really put their minds to it and really pretty much just made a deck like how everybody else is doing it, where they would probably try to step away from Miracle Fusion, put in Imperial Iron Wall, put in Vanity, they could do something pretty much how that Constellars at that top, that 100 deck that top, and pretty much just be in the same damn boat. So it's not that heroes aren't doing anything because they don't have Stratos. Heroes aren't doing anything because they're too busy whining and crying that their Stratos is gone. I want Stratos banned. I like Stratos banned. Stratos stay banned. Alright. Next we have Wesley Durter, which pretty much stated Tribe Infecting Virus. I already stated Tribe Infecting Virus. You cannot compare Snipe Hunter with Tribe Infecting Virus. It's broke. And if it wasn't a water, I might have been for it. But just because it's a water and it upgrades Mermails, he's saying a lot of hype about Tribe Infected Virus is okay to come back if Mermails get a sufficiently hit. What could you possibly hit to allow Tribe Infecting Virus to come back and frickin' Mermails, huh? What? 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 Abysseus to 1, Sphere to 1, Lyn to 1? That would be a suffice hit. Yeah. There you go. Abysseus to 1, Lyn to 1, Sphere to 1. There you go. You want that? No? Oh, okay, then let's just keep Tribe where it's at. And just, let the dead dogs just stay dead. We got Homeborn saying, banning Creature Swap. I hate Creature Swap just as much as the next person. But it's one of those cards that Konami doesn't really see as a really broken card. They pretty much have it in the same boat as a Drag Down, where they're looking at it and they're just like, well, your opponent, you and your opponent switched monsters, and, your opponent did just neg a card for just playing it, so, it's pretty, right there, it's a pretty balanced card, switching your creatures. They really don't see it as, you losing your powerful creature for their opponent's weak creatures. They don't really see that, but they definitely see it as a balanced card, and once again, it's a card that will definitely go on the radar, but I hate Creature Swap just as much as you. Like, I hate when that shit happens to me. I'm just like, use your own damn monsters. But nope, I don't see it getting hit. It won't get banned. And I'm sorry, and I feel bad for it too. I would love if Creature Swap got banned, I've been like, yes, finally, that's awesome. But nope, it's another one of those cards under the radar, just like BLS, just like Drag Down. So unless it gets called attention to, it won't. We have Puff here saying Heavy Storm. I'm pro heavy. I'm pro heavy. I already stated before, I hate back row. I hate back row with a passion. I miss heavy. I missed it being that scary authority figure. Some people argue, they're like, well, I hate losing the duel because I said back row and I get heavied. That was your fault. You set 5, you got heavied. That's your fault. You knew that heavy was one of those 1 out of 40 cards. You knew there was a chance that your opponent could have got it. You shouldn't have risked it. That was your fault. And that's totally how I feel. Like, now we're in the set 5 format, and people are like, well, we're not in the set 5 format, maybe up in the tier 1s, but down here in the tier 2s, tier 3s, oh yeah, there's set 5, there's definitely set 5, and, there's just no repercussion, sure, we have 3 MSTs, but, there's no real repercussion. I set 5, you can open up 3 MSTs, I still got 2 back row, but Heavy Storm's as simple as just that plus, where it's just like, yeah, you know what, no. You knew I could have had Heavy Storm, It was that fear where it's just like, yeah, I could set 5, but there's a chance he got heavy, so I'm gonna set 2. He heavies me, okay. He only really plused 1, but you know what? I still got some back row, so that's good. But I'm pro heavy. I'm just sick of the back row. I play triple space, triple lands, and triple trap stun / Dusternail / Royal Decree. I still get 1'd up, and it's just not fun, I find the duels much more interesting when we have like a monster off than just back row just getting 1'd up and just being like, oh ha ha ha, 1 up, GG. And it's just like, wow, okay. Did that just really happen? No. So I'm not for it. I'm not for the back row. I don't like the back row, and I would love Heavy to come back. As just that authority figure. I'm not saying nothing crazy. I'm not saying like, oh, Harpy Sweater Duster. I'm not saying Giant Tree Nade. I'm just saying Heavy Storm, put it back at 1, and just have it as that scary authority figure. If they get it, they get it. If they don't, they don't. We got cards like Starlight Road, and Starlight Road would promote them Stardust, and Stardust is getting a reprint, So, if Heavy comes off ban, I'd be happy, I'd be ecstatic. But if it doesn't, then, oh well. That's pretty much all I have to say. Some people are like, Heavy stay banned and MST get hit, and it's just like, wow, okay. So not only are you going to set 5 more, but then you're going to take away cards that I use to, pop your damn back row that you keep on setting 5 for. I know SS Jason wants Royal Decree to be hit because, he like me and SS Jason are on totally opposite ends. I'm pro heavy, I don't play a lot of back row, and I'm sick and tired of losing back row. He loves back row, and he doesn't want his back row to get hit, so he wants Royal Decree to be hit. And, we're just two opposite sides of the spectrum, and I'm just like, I want heavy because I want you to stop playing out at back row. And I'm just like, you should be punished for it. And he was just like, well, I play back row and I like back row, and that's just the way I duel. And I'm like, well, why you gotta run out of back row? And he was like, well, why you gotta run all the monsters, So, yeah, I really don't see me and SS Jason seeing eye to eye on that one. But I'm pro-heavy, he's anti-heavy. They're pretty much democratic parties. Like, it's like pro-life and pro-choice, Like, are you for abortion or are you against abortion, And that's definitely how heavy is right now. I was actually thinking about doing something cute where I'd have, like the heavy cracks and the back row akins. Because that's pretty much how it is right now, so, yeah. Tiago says, Delta Crow enter reverse limited to 1 in my opinion, /2 because Blackwings play a lot of back row and have this card to clean the other's back row is unfair. It is unfair, but it's a themed card, I was actually maybe thinking about maybe making Black Rows in real life just because of this card, because I'm so sick and tired of the back row, I'm sick and tired of my opponent setting 5, so, they have a heavy storm that's better than freaking Malevolent Catastrophe, because that card does not work for everybody, I play Yubel, I play Constellars. If I make a Pleiades and I set Malevolent Catastrophe, I doubt you're going to be attacking me. If I have a Yubel on the field and I set Malevolent Catastrophe, I doubt you're going to be attacking me, therefore I won't be able to pop your back row, because, your opponent has to declare the attack. I was definitely thinking about maybe making this Blackwings just because of this card. I love this card. I wish that I had a card like this where I could just pop back row and just clean it up, because I hate back row so much. But I seriously doubt it. I seriously doubt that Blackwings are gonna get hit. Like I doubt that Blackwings are gonna get hit with this card. Like World Wonder 2, I can see. They tested World Wonder 2 in OCJ. They tested a 3 here. That was just a test, and they realized that 2 is where it should be sitting. Hopefully, I hope that's what Konami is seeing. They can see what I see. But reversed, no, it's gonna stay at 3. Icarus attack. I know it's broken Harpies. I know it's Blackwings. Do I think it's gonna get limited to 1 or 2? Nope. Because you gotta remember, it's an even card. You activate Icarus attack, you tribute your monster. That's 2 of your cards to pop 2 of your opponent's cards, and it's not up to 2, it's 2. So, if you only pop 1 card, then you gotta pop one of your own cards, and you forget that cards, other type of decks, have this card, I think it's like, what is it, damage equals reptile or something like that, or I forgot the card, but reptiles have the same damn card. I can't really remember the name of the card, but you guys will probably remind me, or I'll probably remember it, but, reptiles have the same damn card. So, to be hitting Icarus attack and not hit their card, is that really justified? Is that really fair? No. The card is balanced. I know it's annoying, but it's balanced. Then we got Super Stupid again. The Banned Frog card. You mean Swap Frog? No. It causes too much OTK. OTK is definitely not. So, I really don't have the time and don't really want to go into that. So, no. Swap Frog, stay banned. Then he says Rescue Cat. Definitely no. No. I know the Cali effect said Rescue Cat should come back because he thought it was cute. Like, okay, I thought that was his joke card. Rescue Cat should stay banned because that's just too powerful. It's just too powerful card. It's really unhealthy. Just think about it in like Madoches. Yeah. Did that send chills down your spine? Oh yeah, I bet it did. And also, let me just tell you a quick play and tell me this isn't broken. Summon a monk. Summon a monk. Summon a monk. Summon Rescue Cat. Rescue Cat, summon 2 X-Saber Alarbellums, the level 3 tuner guy. Sync both of them with the Summoner Monks to create double Arcanite Magician. Blow up 4 of your opponent's cards. And do you remember what level Arcanite Magician is, right? Yeah, 7. So you have 2 summons on the field, make a Draco stack? Yeah, that just happened. No. Rescue Cat needs to stay banned. This game is fine without it, and really, I think that its brother, Rescue Rabbit, will be going up on the ban list as well. Definitely one of the hits to Evil Storm I was trying to figure out is what to do with them. I feel that hitting Ophion really won't solve the problem, since generally whipping on 1 Ophion is just enough. So I was trying to hit. I was saying hit the consistency in which you ban Rabbit, and when you ban Rabbit, then Evil Swarms not only lose Rabbit, but then they had to consider still running the Heliotrope because what would be the point? There goes your normal. There goes your normal monster summoner. There goes your normal monsters. Maybe it would lower their consistency, and that's definitely what Evil Swarms need. But then some people are trying to put it in the same boat as Xian, where it's just that one card at one that's really powerful, and I can also see that. I can also see that point of view. So I'm not sure if that's what we want to do, but I say we should go down the Rabbit route instead of going with the Ophion one, because really they only need one. They really only need one. Then Super Stupid said, Card Safe Return. Hell no. Hell no, not Card Safe Return. Card Safe Return is one of the most broken cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, if you thought Sixth Sense was broke, this card is even more broke. Like, this card is scary broke. It pretty much just rewards you for doing what you're already doing, Especially with Call at 3, with Limit Reverse at 3. Think about it in my Yubel deck. My Yubel deck not even competitive. I put Yubel to graveyard, I put Terror to graveyard, alright? Limit Reverse, draw a card. Turn defense, destroyed. Summon Terror, draw a card. Yeah, that just happened. I just potted read it for nothing. They're just doing what I'm already supposed to be doing. In Zombies, no. And did you forget another deck that likes to revive from the graveyard? Yeah, E-Dragons? No. Card Safe Return, just stay banned. You're just pretty much getting rewarded for what you're already supposed to be doing, and no. Super Stupid also said, that 6 Samurai card that got banned, you mean Gateway? I was for Gateway being banned. No. Gateway was a generic card. It was a really unskilled card where you pretty much just open up with it and just win the game. That actually happened to me before it got banned. I was actually dueling with my Yubel deck against 6 Samurai guy. I can't remember if it was roll a die or paper boxes or something, but he goes first, he opens up Gateway, and he wins. Game 2, I get to go first, and I win. Yay. Game 3, he opens up Gateway again, I know, and wins. So, I got nothing, I played a good game 2, but it didn't matter, because the guy just opened up Gateway on games 1 and 3. Your opponent goes first turn Gateway, and depending on their hand and how much resources they have and how skilled a player they can go Xian, Beast, Barkion, and some can even go Landwaste on first turn with just because of frickin' Gateway. And do you really want to stare down a Beast, Barkion, and a Landwaste? Really? No. So definitely, I'm totally for Gateway being banned. I'm glad that the card's banned, and it shall stay banned forever, because that was probably one of my most hated cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Then we got Trey Mack. I know that's you, Billy. You have some things that here, and this will actually be the last one. So let me just hop right into it. Alright. You said ban. What should be banned? Return from different dimension. Of course, we all know that return from different dimension shouldn't be banned. Some people think that return shouldn't be banned if dragons get hit, but that's a precautionary strike. Return being at 1 is pretty much putting a chokehold on Konami, where they pretty much got to be cautious of what cards they make and what decks can be released, because simply someone can just toss in return and just make it all broke as hell. Let's say, okay, let's say we put all the dragons down to 1 and dragons no more. Okay, well now Mermails, they still have their 1 title, they're still banishing to summon their title and stuff, and then return because I can. Malicious with Plague Spreader, Hyperion, Dark World. See, there's just tons and tons of decks that can just still use the card, and generally when this card goes off, it just wins. It's just an OTK, and it's just not healthy for the game. So definitely return, even if the dragons do get killed, still be banned. You said Morphin Jar number 2, the loop is 2 OP mixed with all the attacks and Needle Worm or Poison Mummy or Kiru Shadow Scout or Mecha Bunny. It's GG. I know, I feel your pain, but once again, under the radar, man. Under the freaking radar. This card could be doing and tearing up at locals. This deck or card could be tearing up at at your house online, but unless it does something to see in Konami's eye, unless someone does something at a YCS or regionals, this card won't be addressed, and that definitely sucks because, like I said, there are some broken cards that can just fly under the radar, and this is another one apparently from your lodge. I've never seen the OTK. But apparently, from your logic, where this card can cause OTKs, it's once again it's under the radar. You also have Herald of Perfection. I feel you. You know, Herald of Perfection is pretty much just like uh, Stardust. You know, Stardust Assault Mode. Yeah, it negates you, it blocks you, but once again, under the radar, won't be hit. Definitely die. And I know it sucks. I know. I feel your pain where you just get sacked by this shit. And I would love to see, Herald and Assault Mode get banned as well. I'd be jumping for a door. I'd be like, yeah, good, but they won't. And you have Sixth Sense. Of course, Sixth Sense should be banned. Sixth Sense is that generic ass card that is just unhealthy for the game. It's pretty much has a 33. It's pretty much saying, there's already a factor of luck in Yu-Gi-Oh. This is a factor of luck in who you duel against, how you shuffle, what you draw, your hand compared to your opponent's hand. There's a factor of luck in Yu-Gi-Oh. But when you add the factor of luck, where it's pretty much you roll a die to determine if you win the duel or not, it's just not healthy for the game. I get what Konami was trying to do and promote Joey's World, because it was like the only card that was good in there. Everything else in Joey's World was pretty much crap or just reprints. So they had to put something in there. So they were just like, hey, why not Sixth Sense? And you know what? Why Sixth Sense? Uh, you know, there's a 33% chance that you can just straight up win the duel. Even decks that don't even want to mill or run the card just to have the chance, and the risk isn't worth the reward. The reward is way higher than the risk. It's just like, hey, you have a chance to draw 5 to 6 cards at the risk of milling off 1 to 4. Like, really? Who cares? I'm built off the top of my deck. That doesn't neg my hand. Now, if it was like maybe reworded towards like you can only play this card if you have 6 cards in your hand, and then you play this, and then you call in 2 numbers, and you roll the die, and the numbers that you got wrong, you discard cards out of your hand, then that would be different. Because that would be a risk or reward. It would be like, yeah, you can risk drawing 5 to 6 cards, or you can risk discarding out of your hand 3 to 4 cards. Like, if you land that 4 and you discard 4 cards out of your hand, you lost the duel. Like, that would be the risk or the reward. But it's not like that. The risk of milling off the top of your deck isn't compared to the reward of drawing and just winning the duel. So definitely not. Then you have limited. Infernity Barrier, I'm totally for Infernity Barrier being limited to 1. It's a Solemn Judgment specifically for that deck, and the difference between that Infernity Barrier and the Gravekeeper Solemn Judgment is that it's searchable, and not including your searchable barriers, but also barriers that you probably drew. Infernities are just a generic cash card. If you guys haven't seen already, a very funny Asianized white dragon with his vine for Infernities, where it's just like special summon, special summon, special summon, and that's exactly how they are. Not including the ton of back row, and definitely Infernities have been a bigger threat this format because we lost a Heavy Storm. They set a ton of back row, you Heavy Storm them, and that could be game for them. But now since Heavy Storm is gone, I bet people are just, the Infernity players are just wringing their hands and just being like, I got this shit. Also, speaking about Asianized Dragon, did you see that video with his damn car? Oh my god. When I saw he had a fucking convertible Lotus Elise, I'm like, you motherfucker. I wish I would make that money off of YouTube. Legally, I'm not allowed to state how much I make off of Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, not off of Yu-Gi-Oh, off of YouTube. Exact money-wise, but I can give you a gist of it. During the whole month of September, I didn't even make enough to get 2 packs of gum. So that will give you a gist. So I can't make enough to get 2 packs of gum compared to Asian Eyes with a convertible Lotus Elise, which is like a $50,000 car. So Asian Eyes is balling. I'm not. I actually showed my friend, and he got so salty he unsubscribed from Asian Eyes. He's like, he doesn't need my subscription, which is kind of funny. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So yeah, for these, I would love to see Barrier down to 1. I even said it myself. You said limited to 1 Blaster. Not Blaster. I would love to see all the E-Dragons banned. Do I see Konami doing this? No. I think my prediction of how they're going to address E-Dragons is the correct one, where the Dragons will go down to 2, Swords will go down to 1, Return will be banned, and Sixth Sense will be banned, and that will pretty much be the extent of it. They still want to sell the 10s. They want to get at least 2 months out of it. So, by putting it to 2, they still promotes the 10s, especially plays in other decks, and E-Dragons will still be relevant. So if you think that Konami's going to hit and kill E-Dragons, and that's going to be it, and we're going to be safe, and 2014 is going to be just, no E-Dragons, you're going to be totally mistaken, because that's still going to be a deck. And it's probably going to turn into more of a Dragoonity variant, but it's still going to be a deck, and it still might be the top deck. But does Konami care? No, they want to still make their money. Now, in April, when they're done selling the tins and everything is cleared up, and at that point they're going to be losing money, just like how they were losing money with windups, then Dragons will probably get the DA, and I wouldn't be surprised if Dragons get limited to one, maybe even banned at that point, depending on what they do. But in January, the Dragons are going to be gone. So if you think they are going to be, you're sadly mistaken. I doubt it. Then you said Big Eye limited to one. I would love to see Big Eye limited to one. I think it should be there. But now I'm kind of hesitant and wondering if they're going to put Big Eye to 1 now because of the reprint. What better way to promote Big Eye than keeping it at 3 and being like, hey, look, you got 3 Big Eyes in the set, you can get 3 Big Eyes and you can play 3 Big Eyes, because we heard you like Big Eye, so we're going to Big Eye your Big Eye so you can Big Eye with your Big Eye, Did you guys know that Exhibit works for Konami? So, if they put it to 1, I would be like, okay. But if they don't, then I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. Then you said limit Tenki. Okay. Tenki being limited to 1, you're putting it, I'm guessing that you're putting it in the same boat as Rhoda, which is understandable. And, Fire Fist did do a little bit of something. But then I also gotta go from my other point of view, which is like, would they really hit it when they're trying to promote Bujins, Tenki searches you on Yamato, with Tenki at 1, would people even want to play Bujins, that's another one of those cards where I'm just, shrugging my shoulders with. If it goes down to 1, I'll be like, okay. But if it stays at 2, then I'll be like, so yeah. And then you didn't know what to say for semi-limited. Okay. Whew. This video is long. This is probably the longest Daily Duels that has ever been on the history of Daily Duels, but I had to do it, I didn't know that I was going to get all these questions, all these cards to talk about, so I hope you guys enjoyed. And this right here is pre-recorded, so this video is about, I'd say about almost an hour long, so I pretty much got to record an hour worth of material of me dueling with Lightsworns to give you guys something to watch. But I'll go ahead and do that like right after this. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and of course I will be doing the ban list. I will be going over the ban list. It's going up tomorrow. I will be going over every card, talking about every card. The video will be long, but I'm not like one of those generic people who do like deck profiles or who do discussions and just pretty much just talk about the cards. Like, I hate when people do that. There's one reason why I do not like when Vesticus does it, and also Trading Card Girls. I don't watch them, but I know that's what she does. Where pretty much they just read off the cards and just do that. Like, hey, look, this is a Dragon Ruler deck. 3 Rocks, 3 Blaster, 3 Tidal, 3 Tempest, and just be like, oh, like, comment and subscribe. And the video's like 2 minutes long. I know my videos are long, but at least I elaborate. At least I go over it, So, yes, my ban list, when I go over the ban list, yes, it will be longer than normal people. Most people will be like, hey, look, this is the ban list, and then pretty much just name all the cards that got moved, and be like, hey, like, comment, subscribe, And that's crap. If I wanted to look at the ban list, I would go onto the official website and look at the ban list. I don't need to go to your YouTube video just to hear the same shit I can look at. I want to go to the video, I want to go to a deck profile, see the deck, I can see with my eyes, It's like pretty much when people do a PowerPoint and they're reading off the PowerPoint. I can read. I can see the cards. I don't need you to read me off the cards, And especially when Vesticus does it, because when there's a Constellar deck and he's reading off the names, dude, I can say the names better than you are. So pretty much you're being degenerate, and I might as well just put you on mute and read the cards myself, because it's essentially what you're doing. So I want people to go into the deck profile. I want people to go into the ban list, elaborate, state why this happened. And that's also what I wish Konami would do. When we get a ban list, I wish somebody from Konami, like an official Konami, would sit down and go over it and be like, this went to this, or this happened because of this. Because sometimes we'll just be sitting in a blank. Like this entire format, people are being like, why did Stratos get hit? Why did Stratos get hit? When all this hype could have simply just been resolved if someone from Konami would just sit down, in front of a teleprompter and just read and just be like, Stratos got banned because this. And we'd been like, oh, okay, that's a justifiable argument. We can't argue because you're Konami, and, that would just be great. But I am going to do the the ban list. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to state what I believe will be the best decks. I'm going to state cards you should side, what cards you should look forward to playing, and stuff like that. I'm going to go into detail. Yes, the video is going to be long, just like this one, just like my my balance prediction, but I go into detail. I can talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! You can tell my love and passion of Yu-Gi-Oh! Just by how long and how devoted I am to just talking about it. So, I'm tired, but I still gotta go ahead and record. So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for commenting. Thank you guys for, taking the time to go ahead and just comment. So, the quick, how you can just type the stroke of finger at how long I gotta go into detail, but it's fine. I had fun. This was fun. And I hope that, I got my point across to some of you guys. If there's any cards I missed, or if there's any cards you want to talk about, go ahead and comment in the description, and I will go ahead and comment. But, like I said, I wanted to go over it one more time. So thank you guys for watching, thank you guys for all the support, and I will see you guys tomorrow with not only Daily Duels, which will be ironically dragons, so I will wait until the ban list, see how dragons get hit, and then edit the deck and see if they're still good, but yeah, the ban list as well. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, thank you guys for taking the time to comment, and I will see you guys tomorrow.